Hey everybody, I'm Dr. Alex Demarjan, a game studies professor and professional game developer. Today I wanted to talk about something that's often overlooked but incredibly important for both your career and your personal life, and has a deep meaning to me because I've actually made this mistake quite a bit, and I've watched a lot of my students, friends, and family members do the same. And it's about life balance and the art of compartmentalizing. So, as professionals, or as I like to talk about because I'm in the games world, game developers, we live in a fast-paced, demanding industry. But it's not just about meeting deadlines or creating great games. It's about managing your life in a way that allows you to thrive. And a big part of this understanding is that no one person or activity or group can be everything for you. So let me share two stories that I think highlight why compartmentalizing your relationship is so important. One is on an individual level that happened to a friend of mine, and the other is part of a broader group, right, as managing many people. Now, this particular story, the name is fake, and also the scenario itself is a little bit different than the actual scenario because I don't want to out any of my friends or things like this because this was very meaningful to my friend. So, a friend of mine, Tammy, went to the gym regularly and met another girl there who was in amazing shape. They were from similar ethnic backgrounds and quickly became friends, bonding over their shared fitness goals. And they also had a common set of values and beliefs, same religion and so forth. Tammy worked out with her new friend consistently, got into great shape, and eventually met a guy that she liked a lot. She was happy for a while, but when the relationship ended, Tammy was really heartbroken and she just felt broken all around. She met up with her gym friend and started venting about her breakup. She poured her heart out, expecting comfort and advice, but her friend, who had always been focused on fitness, responded bluntly with, "Who cares? You'll find someone else. Let's just go work out and, stay beautiful." Tammy was truly hurt by the response and ended the friendship. But the thing is, the girl at the gym wasn't her relationship therapist. Her role was to be a gym buddy. That's where they first met. That's what their relationship was completely built on. She was somebody who really enjoyed working out together with Tammy. Now, Tammy's expectations of her friend exceeded what that friend could realistically provide. So the lesson here is really simple. It's that not everyone or place or group can be everything for you. Now, in a broader respect, in respect to management, there's a biblical connection. And that's the story of Jethro and Moses, and this is from Exodus 18. So, in Exodus 18, Moses was overwhelmed by the demands of leading the Israelite people. He was trying to do everything, right? Which kind of, if you're that type of person in your family where you're trying to be the problem solver, this probably is going to weigh heavily on you and really connect. So Moses was listening to every dispute, solving every problem, and acting as the sole judge for an entire nation. The weight of this responsibility was crushing him. So he essentially goes to his father-in-law, or maybe his father-in-law comes to him, and his father-in-law, Jethro, saw that this was happening and gave him some wise advice. He said, "What you are doing is not good. You will surely wear yourself out, both you and these people who are with you, for this thing is too much for you. You are not able to perform it by yourself." Now, Jethro's advice to Moses is to appoint capable men to handle smaller disputes so Moses could focus on the most important tasks or the bigger picture. And by delegating responsibility, Moses was able to lead effectively without burning out. Now, the lesson here is really the same. You can't do everything on your own. You need to compartmentalize the roles people play in your life. Now, how do you do this? And there's an art form to it. Understand the roles people play in your life. Different people in your life serve different purposes. No one person can or should fulfill every role. For example, if you need career support, seek advice from mentors, colleagues, or industry professionals who understand your field and can offer practical guidance. Emotional support. Lean on family or close friends who truly care about your well-being. Creative encouragement. Surround yourself with peers who share your passion for game development and can inspire you to grow. And I know I talk about that a lot in almost every video, but it's true. Compartmentalize your life and find people who can help you in key areas. Try to keep poisonous people out of your life. And those people are pretty easy to spot. They're not doing anything. They complain all the time. And sometimes we really enjoy being around them because they just kind of make us feel better because misery loves company. And sometimes we're miserable. We're all human beings. So back to Tammy's gym friend, she wasn't an uncaring person. She just wasn't the right person to turn to for relationship advice, By recognizing the strengths and limitations of the people in your life, you can build a network of support that meets your diverse needs. Another key aspect is to set boundaries. Compartmentalizing also means setting boundaries. Don't blur the lines between work, personal life, and creative pursuits. I remember early on when I first got in the game industry, I thought it was like the end-all be-all, most amazing thing in the world. I shared everything, and it cost me a lot. Made me look unprofessional. Don't rely on friends who aren't in the industry for career advice. That's another big one. They may not understand your challenges and they may give you bad advice. Shortly, I remember I couldn't get a job in the game industry, so I became a Chicago public school teacher. I really did love the job, But before I got my 5 job offers, I had a family member bring home a newspaper that said 1,000 teachers laid off. And I had already had such a hard time getting a job in the game industry. I was already broken. I felt like I'm never going to get a job. I am just unhireable, and every decision I make is a poor one. And in the end, I ended up getting this amazing job at an amazing school with an amazing boss. And then from there, that following summer, I'll share my story about how I got in the game industry. I ended up getting in the game industry anyway. So all of that stress, anxiety really was not worth it, right? It made me gain weight, it caused me health problems. So keep your work and your home life separate to maintain balance and avoid burnout and potential health issues. And that goes to the next point. Build a balanced life. Balancing isn't about giving equal time to everything. It's about giving the right amount of time to things that matter most. Prioritize your physical and mental health through exercise, rest, and mindfulness. Build a balanced life. Balance isn't about giving equal time to everything. It's about giving the right amount of time to the things that matter most. Prioritize your physical, mental health through exercise, rest, and mindfulness. Or like they say, is prayer. Make time for hobbies and relationships outside of work to stay grounded in reality. Work isn't everything. If somebody comes to you with something and you know that you can't help them, refer to somebody who can. And be present in each areas of your life without letting one overshadow the others. And there's this concept in Christianity, it's called sacred spaces, where if I'm talking to you, I only focus on you. If I'm working, I'm only working. And that concept, I'll probably do an entire video on. I think it's extremely important. Now here's some practical tips for game developers, because that's truly who my students are and my colleagues, is you want to find your tribe. Join communities or groups that align with your specific needs, networking groups, creative clubs, or support groups. Be selective about sharing. Before sharing your goals or feeling, ask yourself, is this the right person to talk to about this? If not, save the conversation for someone who can truly understand and help. And like I mentioned before, learn to delegate and then time to reflect. So here are my final thoughts. As a game developer and as a person, just human being all around, it's crucial to recognize that not one person can be everything for you. Compartmentalize your life and relationships, and it's not about creating distance, it's about building a network of support that meets your needs in a healthy and sustainable way. We're not good alone. Not everyone will understand or care about every part of your life, and that's okay. It's not their job to fulfill every role. Focus on finding the right people for the right areas of your life and let them shine in those spaces. By balancing professionalism, life, and relationships, you'll not only become a better game developer, but also a healthy, happier person. At least it did for me. Thanks for watching this video, and if you're a student of mine, thanks for taking my class. Please keep creating.